here we go. This is my second video in a row, 2 days in a row. It's good stuff. Yesterday I went through and recorded my reaction to my first ever interview. I blanked out for a second. I couldn't remember what it was. And yeah, so now I am going to record. It just did so well because of the overwhelming popularity of my YouTube channel. I had 2 views on the video. I think thanks mom and dad for that. So yeah, I'm going to do this, and I keep looking over this way because this is where my recording statistics are at. It's telling me I'm at a minute duration and that sort of stuff, so I keep looking over there. So I'm like getting off camera like, So yeah, sorry about that. I also have over here a little workstation set up right now for me. It is doing some Twitter automation for me, some following right now, which I'll explain in just a second. A lot of my blog and stuff, I have a full-time job, so I'm not like a full-time blogger or anything, because I'd be broke if I was. And a lot of this stuff that you're seeing is actually automated. I didn't submit this 20 hours ago like this is saying. This potentially was written 2 weeks ago. I don't really remember on that one. And like, for example, this was not written 3 weeks ago for sure. That was written several weeks ago. So it just cycles and it keeps changing the dates and stuff. And then you can see my Twitter feed over here to the left. It's kind of cutting it off. It's a little too big. I'm gonna have to fix that, I think. But this Twitter feed is actually automated as well. This was for me truly, but my website sends this stuff ever so often. And then my book, my latest book. It's the last book I will ever write about personal development in the stock market. Woohoo! So anyway, I just wanted to explore my site and chat about it while I did it. Let's go here. Popular musings. This is actually just the I noticed there 5, 1, 2, 3. What? Is this supposed to move? Oh, it does move. Yay! This is actually just the order that this randomness category is actually publishing or republishing in, and then this is all of the stuff that's published over and over again. My site's pretty much categorized by randomness, Modern Ninja, and this one is family. Apparently, I am doing family stuff. I don't remember that category, so that may be my only post there. And then I have some social media stuff down here, rants and raves on social media. It's really not even rants and raves. It's just it's just my social media posts that I didn't really know where to file elsewhere. Mostly about Twitter. It may be about how I hate other social media aside from Twitter, but yeah. Then we have the Two Boys One Car podcast, which is kind of dead at this point, I really think. So yeah, we should probably listen to that and review that. So I also didn't publish that 1 day ago. That was published several months ago. But I keep stuff to the top. It helps with people looking at it, making it seem fresh, because I don't write every single day. I used to write every day. I literally had something published once a day. What I would do is I'd write like 3 articles in 1 day, and then I would publish them, just schedule them to publish. So I was always writing like 4 weeks out. I think was my publication schedule. And that's how DrewTolbert.com became such a great SEO friendly website. It really truly does have SEO. I know I'm self-deprecating a lot of times, but it really does have good SEO on it. I just don't write about anything anybody ever searches for. So that's like this post right here. If you type in this word, you can actually just type in Hatsumi lineage. I'll go to Google right now and do it. Hatsumi lineage. That's how you spell that, right? Looky there. I'm the first result. It's beautiful, isn't it? I've clicked on my own result. It's funny though because this card here is actually taken from this, but yeah, this is it. It's also normally when I do this, it works out pretty well. There's another one I can do. I'm probably down a little bit further. Let's look and see. Oh, I'm number 2. How about that? Quora. No, that's a pretty good website. You should probably check that out. Way better than DrewTolbert.com. But yeah, that's actually how I started out on Twitter was this hashtag. That's how I gained it. And then these are all obviously out of order. So let's get started on something here. I like to just go back. Let's see what my last article published was. So says the website. Oh, these are actually this is pretty accurate, really and truly. This is my family article. I do remember creating family, and I did it solely for this article. And this article is very, very interesting because I'm starting to get traffic from Google because of this article. So this article is actually about my my dad. It is I wrote this article. This was the first article I ever actually published in front of people, and it was super popular. Probably the most comments I've ever received on an article that I posted, which is 7. So I know that's not that many, but it was crazy. But the reason that this is getting so much, I'm trying to find it here. I'm gonna have to read this, so this may get edited out, but. Just sitting here with my mouth wide open. That's cool. I'll just do that this whole time. I may have to look it up to see what it is, what I found out. What I discovered is giving SEO traffic to this article. Everybody's probably like, stop moving it. I'm trying to read it. But yeah, I don't even remember. I set this up not even to focus on the SEO of it. I was just focusing on the story, because I thought social media was going to be the king there, and it served its purpose. I mean, I don't necessarily want people reading this because this is kind of a vulnerable moment, but yeah, it's here and it's available. I was going to try to Google the other thing that it comes up for, but I really don't remember what it was. I keep thinking someone's coming up behind me. Oh, that's a big picture. I need to take that out. That thing's huge. No, I need to take that one out. This is an article I wrote. I actually used to own a supplement company. This was my product. It was an all-natural, non-habit-forming sleep aid. It boosted testosterone. Exact Science was the name of my company there, and the game plan was to have multiple of these supplements. But the idea was for it to increase testosterone naturally while you slept. The ingenuity behind it, really ingeniousness. Is that a word? It was really good. However, I ran into a problem. I didn't know anything about marketing. It was terrible. I literally didn't sell anything, and yeah, it was overall just a bunch of bad decisions, one right after the next. And there is now a warehouse in Birmingham that probably had to throw out like 5,000 of those pill bottles. This article, the internet food chain. I stole this idea. I feel like I don't think this was my own idea, and I don't know that I explained it that well, but you remember the food chain. I need to edit this one and take that little picture out. I don't even know where I got that picture. It's terrible. It's huge and it's ugly and it's awful. But this was actually about there's basically 2 types of people on the internet. There are people that consume, and there are people that create, right? There's no real new ideas on the internet. It's just all stuff basically over and over and over again. And it is pretty much about that. That was what it was about. It was about me becoming an internet producer rather than an internet consumer. At one point in time, I actually deleted all social media off my phone. It's now back. Spoiler alert. And I still do that every once in a while. I'll just delete ever so often. So this one right here, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the legitimacy of these facts here. I have a family, wife and 3 kids to be exact. That is true. And also probably recently updated because, yes, that probably said 2 kids. And even though my daughter's like 2, it's still. All right, I have a pretty impressive family history. What does that link to? Is that linked to another article? A God among men. Oh yeah, this is really awesome. So it starts out talking about Odin of Asgard, or the person that's based off of, and it follows his heritage all the way down to my mom, which was ultimately me. So yeah, that's where the demigod claim comes from. Man, there's another picture that's duplicating those. So back in the day, WordPress didn't feature your featured image in your posts, so I would add them manually, and now I'm having to go back and delete them all. I've gone to church my entire life. That's pretty well true. I mean, there's probably a few Sundays I've missed here and there. Never more than. I worked at a state park for a couple of years, and I had to work on Sunday there, so I didn't go to church then. So, I mean, I grew up in it and then stopped for that couple of years, and now I'm back. So, I say now I'm back. Like, I worked at that state park while I was in college. I didn't have time to do anything while I was in college, so I worked 40 hours a week and went to school full time. So, I have read the entire Bible. You probably should too. That is a 100% fact. You should definitely do that. Did I seriously just link to Bibles? Yes, I did. Wow. I'm thirsty. I am an author. I am. You can buy my book right there. Click on that link. It's to my book. I was the youngest person to run for governor of Alabama. Yes, that's true to my knowledge. I mean, somebody else could beat me, but you have to be 30, I think, to run. I was younger than that, so or not younger than that, but I was older than that. So you could be 30 and beat me. I dropped out of the race. Yes, I did. I ran as an independent. I did, and it makes a lot of people mad when you do that. Apparently. I read a lot, but only nonfiction. That is very true. The last fiction book I read, was a book that I found. I literally picked it up at work one day, and I was bored, and I just read it. This was also when I worked at that state park. I had a very boring job. I was a cashier, and basically there was nothing you could do except for when somebody came, take their money, and then sit down. So, I read that book that entire day. It was a decent book. Not something I would have normally read. English was the worst final grade I ever got in high school. That's a true statement. 73. That was the worst grade I ever got. In my senior year, to be specific, it was literally it. English was the worst final grade I ever got in college. Oh, that fact would be hard to verify. I typed that probably with more knowledge than I have today. I don't remember. It's because a B was all you could see, right? You can't see the actual score. So I also got a B in biology as well, because that class was boring. The teacher was great. It's just a boring subject. I don't like it. I never read a book assigned to me. That probably explains my English grades. That's fair. Ooh, a book. What is this link? How to become a straight A student. I tickled myself with that one. Wait, it's $12.99 on the Kindle, but you can get it in paperback for $8.99. I don't know who you are, Cal Newport, but you are ripping people off. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. I would often ghostwrite term papers. So I put these silly links in here. I consider putting a link to my friend Brandon's Facebook page there. I say Brandon because I have probably 25 friends that were branded, but only one of them that I wrote term papers for, and I would often do them the night before. I would write mine before that so that I could write his. It's good fun. Good fun. There was one time, this was back when like the early stages of the internet before teachers had access to it. I actually copied, me and his cousin actually copied almost 90% of the term paper straight off the internet. We literally copied and pasted it. And then we took books that we had checked out of the library that he gave us, because he did that part of the term paper. He did the research part, doing air quotes there, research part. But yeah, we copied it completely off the internet, and then we used stuff that we found in those books as the sources that were like kind of close. So if you check the sources, it would actually look accurate. I'm gonna stop my Twitter automation over here. I've written more books than my English teachers ever wrote. That's yeah, that's true, actually. None of them are published authors. I've written 3. Ha ha ha. Get on it, ladies. And man. I had one English teacher that was a guy. Yeah, watashi wa nihongo hanashimasu skosh. I don't remember half of what I've learned, so... I have 4 degrees. So those 4 degrees are criminal justice, law enforcement, and criminalistics, which is now, of course, called criminal science. Or not criminal science, I'm sorry. Forensic science. Thank you there. Then I went back to school and got the 4th, and that was... I was going to be I was studying sports medicine. My goal was to actually... go into something different, not necessarily just sports medicine. But yeah, that didn't work out. I'm certified in fingerprint science and crime scene investigation. Yeah, that's 100% true. I am a private investigator. Half truth on that one. I'm technically not licensed any longer. I worked as a private investigator for quite a while. But yeah, you have to keep up on those, I guess, every 2 years, I think, in the state of Alabama, maybe 3. I don't remember exactly. Could be 7. Doesn't matter because I'm not licensed anymore. The license would have expired before my 30s, and well, I'm well into my 30s now. I was chased by a helicopter. Yeah, apparently, whenever you go places you're not supposed to go that aren't really accessible by cars, they bring helicopters to come run you off, and it didn't succeed because when I'm doing something crazy, I always wear camouflage, so I'll blend in with my surroundings. And I did that, so the helicopter, I had a friend with me, and he had a tack vest on. I guess you know what I'm talking about there, the vest that you might wear when you're hiking. But he had one of those on, and those have a thing that you can grab onto in case somebody's wounded and pull them out of the battlefield. And I grabbed onto that, and I just yanked him down, and I jumped on top of him. It was a very romantic moment between he and I. And so I jumped on him as the helicopter chased right over us, and the light went on us, and yeah, that was that. So I am a ninja, seriously. Yeah, that's 100% true. I think I linked to my modern day ninja articles. Becoming the modern ninja. That was how I actually became a private investigator. It's a really cool article. It's a story about my interview. The first guy that I worked with was a Marine when I was a private investigator. It was really cool. I was a race car driver. That is true. Yeah, I've got a screen behind me so you can't see it, but I've actually got trophies on a bookshelf back there. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I managed a pizza place. That was probably one of my longest running jobs. I managed a Domino's in Warrior, Alabama. It was really cool. I liked it. If it paid better, I would probably still do it to this day. But yeah, you run out of money eventually. Makes like $500 a week or something like that. I managed a carpet cleaning business. I was the operations manager for Peaches and Clean here in Birmingham, Alabama. Well, not here because I'm not in. You know what I'm saying. I managed 3 cell phone stores. Oh, I managed a cell phone store, 3 to be exact. Yeah, that's my bad. I misread what I typed. So, yeah, that's actually good stuff at Pinson, Moody, and Oxford. As soon as I left, all of them closed down. It was great. I managed a title pawn shop. That was I was the assistant manager there. It was a Title Max, and that job is of the devil. If you work for that company, please repent from your sins because you're predatory lending on poor people. It's terrible. Wait, was that an opinion that just came out of my mouth? Oh my gosh. All the pizza places and cell phone stores I managed saw an increase in sales while under my management and an instant decrease after my departure. That is 100% true. In fact, all 3 of those cell phone stores are closed down. Of course, I only managed 1 pizza place, so I don't really know why I said pizza places. But, yeah, the pizza place I managed, I left, and my staff went and managed another store. Literally, they picked up and went to another store, and the franchisee told me that it was the best thing that ever happened to him because it made him more money than anything, so thank you. And then he hired me as a delivery driver. It was great. So I did that while I was actually managing another one of the Verizon stores or cell phone stores. I don't know if I can say Verizon. It wasn't Verizon. It was like a third party. I worked in a cave. Remember the state park I was talking about earlier? That was actually a cave that I worked at, Rickwood Caverns State Park. I work out sometimes. Right now I'm under quarantine, so I can't really work out. I can just record YouTube videos to say to you guys, I lost 40 pounds in 4 months. That statement is kind of sort of a half-truth, I think. It was really like 40 pounds in 3 months, if you want to get technical. So, but there's problems with losing weight too fast. So for the sake of the blog, I averaged it out to 10 pounds a month because that sounds good. But yeah, it was actually all I was doing was eating 1 meal a day and drinking protein shakes. So I'd go breakfast to lunch, protein shake, then dinner. I would eat like a kind of a paleo diet. It wasn't as restrictive. I cheated on that diet a lot. But yeah, it worked. I mean, that's all that mattered. I didn't lose a ton of muscle mass. I was working out the whole time too. Plus, I had a job in an office where I got up and moved around a lot. Now I, work from home, so I wouldn't be able to do that. I couldn't pull it off because if I got up and walked, it would be to the kitchen. And this is a very long video, so I'm just going to stop right there. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, watch. Well, I need to do something else to tell you to watch. You've already watched this whole thing. Yeah. Toodles?